This video demonstration will show the integration between HP's ArcSight SIM and Solera Network's DeepSee. This video will provide a quick view into setting up and configuring the ArcSight, and then we will look at how DeepSee enhances the value of the SIM by providing context to each of the events. Setup for the ArcSight SIM requires you to be logged into the console. This demo system has already been configured with the integration, but I will show you the key areas used to install and configure this integration. Please refer to the Solera Network support site for full installation instructions and all required files. First, we navigate to the Packages tabs in the Navigator window. As we can see, there is a Solera package that already exists, but if we were adding this for the first time, we would click the Import tab and import the required .arb file for Solera. Next, we need to configure the parameter Solera IP to point to our DeepSee instance. We select Integration Commands from the Navigator dropdown, select the Target tab, and double-click Solera Networks to bring up configuration in the right Inspect window. From here, select the integration command and set the value to be the IP address of your Solera DeepSee system. Make sure you hit Apply when you are done. In our example use case, we begin by looking at the events displayed in the console. There appears to be a lot of peer-to-peer activity on this network, but we also notice a string of repeated Trojan alerts coming from a single IP address. While ArcSight shows us many of the details around this event, there is more information that we can gain by looking further at this in DeepSee. To use the integration and continue our investigation, we right-click on one of the events and then scroll down to Integration Commands and select the one labeled Solera Networks. This causes a pop-up which presents us with two options. We can either pull the entire PCAP from this session, or we can log into DeepSee with the parameters of this event pre-populated. We choose to pivot to DeepSee so we can expand upon this investigation. As we are logged into DeepSee, we see the path bar filtered with the exact information passed over from ArcSight to make for an efficient workflow. We click on the Extraction tab so that we can recreate the artifacts of the session. When we try to preview the HTML response, we notice that there is no visible web page. Taking a raw text view shows us more though. We see JavaScript and what appears to be very long arrays, which are typical in buffer overflow attacks. Getting more information about this host is much more important now as we have validated what appears to be a legitimate threat to our network. Removing the ports and destination IP from the filter, we now focus more on what else this host was doing during this time period. We see here in the results the original access to domain seat and use shelter, which was the host who delivered what appeared to contain malicious JavaScript. Immediately following this access, we see lots of HTTP attempts to suspicious domains, all trying to access count13.php. As we scroll forward in time, we see hundreds of these attempts with no response, but eventually we see one that does connect. Following that connection, additional connections to more suspicious domains take place. We see one of the new domains deliver a PDF and an executable. We run a reputation on the PDF and we are informed that it is known malware. Running a reputation on the exe also reports malware. At this point, it is obvious that the initial threat actually led to compromise. If this were more than a demo, we would continue with our investigation with DeepSee to look more at the root cause and determine what other action this infected host took on our network. Please visit soleranetworks.com for more information on how our integrated solutions can enhance the value of your existing products and provide you with full visibility into your network.